It's the middle of June. No, it's not. It's the middle of July. So I thought I'd check in with you, let you know what I've read so far and how I'm doing on my 5-book TBR. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. Hi, Beans. All right, so now that Beans has made his cameo in the video and jealous Zoe is popping in, let's talk about the books that I've read so far. All right, the first book I read in July. Why do I keep saying June? The first book I read in July was Beach Cute by Beth Reekles. This is a YA contemporary fiction. 3 girls, they are finishing high school or just new college students. They're on break. All 3 of them are going through it, and they are complete strangers, but due to circumstances, find a bond and connect. And it was cute. Is it a book I'm going to on haul? Yes, it is. But it was still a cute, fun read. The next book was one off of my July TBR, and it is My Almost Flawless Tokyo Dream Life. This was really cute. Girl on her 16th birthday finds out her dad is a hotel magnate, for lack of better terms, out in Tokyo, Japan. She's never met him, didn't know he existed. She goes out there. It's a huge culture shock, obviously. And she struggles to make friends. She struggles to get used to the culture. She struggles to connect with her father, but it does have a happy ending. So I would recommend this book, and I will be keeping this on my shelves at least for a little while. Next was my favorite book so far this month, and it is called The Drowning by J.P. Smith. I recently got this from Book Outlet. Absolutely loved it. Essentially, it follows this, it starts out with this 8-year-old boy. He can't swim, and the cruel summer counselor, camp counselor, he's a college student, and he's like, oh, I'm going to make everybody swim, blah, blah, blah. Drags this kid through the water, sits him out on this, if you can see here, this like wooden raft in the middle of the lake, and leaves him. Totally forgets about him, goes about his day, and when he doesn't show up for dinner and then he's not at bunk check, everyone starts getting worried. They run out, he's no longer on that raft. What happened to him? They look for him, they try, no one can find him, no one knows what happens, and then the story picks up 20 years later. That, what I described to you, was like the prologue and the first chapter or two. Majority of the book takes place 20 years later. You follow the camp counselor. He is a very successful real estate mogul. Life is good. His wife is happy-ish. You find out he's just kind of a scumbag, and then he starts getting these like weird things happening to him, threatening letters coming, and you're all trying to find out, is it this kid that he left on the lake 20 years ago, or is it something else? I didn't see the twists coming, and the book, the last sentence or two of the book, you're like, oh my God, that's who did it. That's the connection. But yeah, I didn't see it coming, and you won't know until the very last 2 sentences of the book. So highly recommend this. Then I read another book off my July TBR, and this was Monsters and Mainframes by Barbara Truelove. This book was hysterical. It is a sentient spaceship named Demeter. She realizes that all of her humans have died, and then there's a werewolf on board, and she kills the werewolf, so now she's being decommissioned. But then years later, these children that were on the ship with the werewolf and come on. I can't even make sense of what I read in this book, but was it entertaining? Absolutely. Was it fun? Yes. Did I laugh out loud? Yes. The audiobook was a little wonky because, let me see if I can find one of the chapters. So when it breaks the story into parts, if you can see here, it is a bunch of code, and that's code for the spaceship itself. So the audiobook narrator actually reads out all of those ones and zeros and ones. So yeah, I skipped that, needless to say. But this book was fun. This will be one that I keep on my shelves and will recommend for someone looking for something just totally bonkers and off the wall. Then I read Creepers. Essentially, this is like a dollar store Goosebumps. Got it from the Dollar Tree. There's a whole lore behind this. It's several booktubers have done videos on it that are very lengthy and turn into this like research project down the internet rabbit hole to find out about the series, which has been published all over the world under different names by different authors and all this other stuff. But this was, again, $1.50 from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to try and collect. I think there's like 24 of them. And I read this in a day and absolutely loved it. And this is called Ghostwriter. And these kids, they relocate to this new home. They believe it's haunted. The young boy wakes up and he has a blank notebook next to his bed because he enjoys writing down his stories. He wants to be an author. And he wakes up and he realizes after this horrific nightmare that there's writing in his notebook that he didn't write. And then it just goes on and on with his brother and sister, and then issues at school. And what I thought was really cool, and I didn't notice initially, was some of the artwork in this book. Like, these pictures are creepy. Let me see. I think there's another one in here where this creepy event, takes place at the school, and this is what they walk into. But either way, I highly recommend this series. It's fun, it's middle grade, it's like a Dollar Tree edition of Goosebumps. So this was a lot of fun. Then I read another book off my TBR, Let the Games Begin. I have decided to DNF this book. I thought I'd like it. It deals with a track star. It deals with the Olympics. I love running. I love the Olympics. I love track and field, but the characters were just weird. And for me to enjoy contemporary romance, I have to have a connection to the characters, and I just didn't. I thought the things they were doing were weird. I thought they were weird. When they get trapped in an elevator and he goes, "Oh, my eyebrows have gotten really bushy," or he says something of that nature, and she goes, "Oh, I conveniently have tweezers in my pocket. Let me pluck and shape your eyebrows while we're stuck in this elevator." I was like, what in the actual? Absolutely not. This is stupid. And I was, no, will not be finishing this. This is a hard DNF. Don't care. There's too many good books out there for me to waste my time on this. So I will be passing this along. Then another book, the fourth book of my 5-book TBR was Dennis Lehane's Sacred. This was a dollar store pickup, and I just couldn't connect to the characters. I just didn't enjoy the story. It was told very piecey and choppy, where it made it difficult to follow. I checked, my local library has a copy of it, so if I decide I want to pick this up later on, I will just get it from my library. I will be unhauling this book. These are the books that I've read so far in the month of July. I have my 2 DNFs here, my middle grade horror Goosebumps knockoff series, and a couple other really good ones. So I'll check in at the end of the month and let you know what else I've read, but just want to touch base and let you know how I'm doing so far. I hope you're having a really good reading month, and I will see you guys in a few weeks.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.